Hello, companion of discomfort, Michael, Takeshi Kitano, Broken Rage, words coming out of my mouth. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. I've got to go fast today because I've got to go to the cinema in a few minutes. But I just felt like I want to talk about Broken Rage a little bit, which I watched last night. And it's basically what he announced. It's kind of a crime movie for half and kind of a comedy movie for the other half. And I guess some people will be annoyed, some people will be surprised because of the comedy elements. So, let's go straight into the story. We've got like 30 minutes, it's just a little bit more than an hour long. The first half is a story about a professional killer who does his job and then gets caught by the police, and they ask him, hey, can you go undercover in this syndicate, Yakuza syndicate, and do some undercover work so we can catch the drug-dealing bad guys. And he does that and does well and gets free. And then we get the spin-off. Well, spin is more like let's spin around the whole frame and everything falls apart because suddenly we get the same story again with stuff like old man hits his knee jokes, and that's just the beginning, and it gets really, really strange and weird. Not even that actually weird things happening, just this very old style slapstick comedy. Yeah, when they talk about him going on going undercover, then he's like, oh, a mask, or he's wearing a wrestler's mask and stuff, and it's really, really strange and a kind of comedy that most people don't do, but he has been doing for quite some time now, so nobody should be really surprised if you watched his comedies. So what's this all about? Like, why did he do this? Wasn't Kubi supposed to be his last movie? And I think if this one, if Broken Rage, turns out to be Kitano's final movie, that's maybe the biggest and best joke he made with that movie, because just another one that might make people disappointed and angry and just be, hey, that's me. Yeah. Because it feels like, I don't know, probably Amazon gave him some money to make a movie and were like, yeah, do what you want. Or maybe they were like, oh, maybe you could make one of those Yakuza movies. Those are really popular. So he decided to make a Yakuza movie and do what he wants. And the interesting thing is that even the Yakuza movie at the start is just, if you look at him at his age, he must be over 70 by now, and he's in a shape that's appropriate for his age, so not very great shape, but he's still playing this perfect, merciless killer, which is completely ridiculous. Like, there's a scene where he does like a bench press with, I don't know, 100 kilo or what it looks like, and he just shoots people straight in the face. That's the typical outrage shot where he's just standing there and shooting people. Still looks cool, but it's a really, really old guy with a little belly and thin arms and stuff. And it's weird to put him in this kind of superhuman killer situation. But I guess that's still something many people want to see. So this segment is already really ridiculous and weird. Just if you look at it, it's completely serious. And then you get the spin, and it goes off the rails, and it's completely over the top and just more ridiculous. But it's still the same story. You could just say, it's just like this typical old Yakuza super killer story is just one old man hitting his knee joke away from being a ridiculous comedy, and it's not that far off. You just need to add some silliness to each scene, and it's just completely bonkers BS. And yeah, that's an interesting comedy comment, probably on his own career and on what he's been asked to do. I suppose. Of course, I don't know. I'm not him. Yeah, but I guess people were like, oh, can't you do that again? He's like, oh, let me play with that a bit and let me have some fun. And yeah, how much fun you will have in the end with this whole comedy segment just depends on how much you like this type of Showa physical slapstick comedy. It's a taste, I guess. It's a special taste that not many people will share, I guess. So yeah, it's a bit strange. But for me, I'm a very simple man, like I said in the video about Suomi. Let's talk about Suomi. I'm happy if there's a guy with a huge glass walking around and having a drink. So for me, there's some really, really funny scenes like the runtime filler. Just stupidity. And I enjoy a good amount of stupidity. So for me, that was quite enjoyable. And I think this whole, like, him being aware of the silliness of the genre that he is the most famous for, and him being self-aware enough to make fun of himself, works out really well, and it's pretty good. And yeah, maybe the spin-off of that follows after the spin-off is a comment on how he sees this movie going when the story just goes to him falling flat on his belly and people running over him, and that's already over. Yeah, it's a quite interesting story, quite interesting thing. Yeah, old man reflecting on himself and his career, I guess. Yeah, it works fine. It's good fun. Yeah, it's directed by Kitano. I think it's written by Kitano, and he didn't do the camera and stuff, but he did he edited, of course. No, but yeah, he did a lot of stuff there. We have a pretty cool cast. We have Tadanobu Asano and Nao Omori, who are maybe the most important other characters here. I mean, you know Asano, even if you have just watched Marvel movies, you've seen Thor. Nao Omori, of course, are most famous for Ichi the Killer. Sure. And yeah, there we have a lot of other people running around. For example, we have Shido Nakamura, recently most famous for the role as the drunk father in Monster. And yeah, we have an old acquaintance of Kitano. His name is Hakuryu, who was in like Hanabi, Violent Cop, and Beyond Outrage, stuff like that. Some other faces you might have seen, but yeah, not that important. But yeah, I just thought it's a very fun little movie, and maybe just right for the streaming service culture that we live in. Like, it doesn't look very great. It's probably pretty cheap, pretty basic, just an expanded joke, and I think he did quite well. But yeah, like I said, if you like it or not will totally depend on your opinion on this kind of humor, and yeah, if you can enjoy. Oh, he wasn't even a fart joke. After Ryuzo and the Seven Henchmen, I kind of expected a fart joke, but it wasn't there. But yeah, if you have, for example, watched Ryuzo and the Seven Henchmen, or maybe Glory to the Filmmaker, you know what to expect. It's not all that surprising. If you're just a fan of Takeshi Kitano's serious Yakuza movies, you might be disappointed, or enlightened about like what kind of man he actually is. And in the intro credits, he's credited as Beat Takeshi, not as Takeshi Kitano, so that gives it away. It's a comedy movie. So watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. Have fun. It's good. Enjoy. See you. Bye.